Hello and welcome back to the 30-day challenge of combating depression by working through depression. We are on day 8 and it's just amazing the results I've seen by just being consistent and the little things we've been talking about over this past week. We've been talking about acceptance. We've been talking about kindness to ourselves. We've been talking about, just basic hygiene habits, taking care of ourselves, cutting off caffeine after 6. I gotta admit that one's been challenging, but I've definitely been feeling the fruit of cutting off caffeine after 6 p.m. My sleep has been better, getting at least 7 hours of sleep. And the cool thing is, since I'm cutting off caffeine after 6, like my body shuts down, so it'll be 11:30, almost midnight, and I know I got to wake up at 7:30, and my body's just like, no, we're not doing this. We're shutting down. So I've been getting my sleep. So I just wanted to, I lost the moon. There we go. Just wanted to check in with you to see how your week is going, how you're doing. Life is very interesting. The ebbs and flows of life. I don't know. I do feel like I'm gaining momentum personally in my own life. I don't know if it's because I'm just stepping out and doing something new. I think doing something new is definitely very therapeutic and very helpful. But anywho, I hope someone out there has been encouraged or motivated in some way over the past few days. So today's challenge on day 8 is spending some time with family. I don't know what your family situation is. I don't know if they're halfway around the world or if you're not talking to them anymore, or if they're terrible, or maybe a lot of them have passed away. I do think if there is mutual love and respect, I think no matter what misunderstandings there may be between you and them, it's imperative that you connect with them once in a while. There's just something about being with your kinfolk. There is. And, in my own personal experience, there's been times where I did kind of cut off communication with my family for a while. It's just because at the time, my emotions were really raw and I was struggling, and it wasn't the time to really open up to them. So I had to distance myself for a while until I worked through my own pain, my own bitterness, my own self-pity. I'll be honest. Sometimes after we have a chance to have space and heal, we can look back a little more accurately and realize, wow, okay, there's some things I definitely took too hard. I blew out of proportion. And, I have to admit, a lot of my past is racked with self-pity. So, but kind of the challenge, spending time with your family. What I did today was I met up with one of my brothers and we watched the third Lord of the Rings. Is it The Return of the King? I think so. And I think it's a double bonus when you're spending time with your family and also being inspired at the same time. That trilogy really inspires me. I think one of my favorite things about the third trilogy in Lord of the Rings is that scene in, it's not Rohan, Minas Tirith. I don't know if I said that correctly, but they're at that beautiful white city, and the enemy is just taking level after level, and Gandalf is there with Pippin, and Pippin's pretty discouraged, and Gandalf just starts talking about the afterlife, like what comes after death, and he just describes it so beautifully. And I don't know, like I said earlier, the teamwork in those 3 movies are just incredible. I mean, I feel like probably in a couple years I'll watch the whole trilogy again and glean more insights. But as you get older, That's what I love about getting older. As you get older and experience life, when you watch movies like that, it just hits differently. You know, you start pondering, thinking about like, what relationships have been there for me through thick and thin? What little can I do? What small way can I impact the world? Way back when I saw the trilogy for the first time, I was so young, and, I was enthralled. Is that the right word? Enthralled. But, limited understanding. And, as each year goes by, as you lose loved ones, sorry, the cold is, the cold is making me shiver. I lost one of my brothers in 2014. And, I know when you lose your grandparents, it's really hard. But there's something about like losing a younger sibling. It just like marks you in a different way. And it's made me think about life differently and deeply and make me appreciate him. And anywho, I'm freezing. It's so cold outside, but it's so beautiful out here. So day 8, I'm trying to keep these videos under 8 minutes. The challenge is connect with a family member, not just a loved one, but connect with a family member. Okay? Spend quality time.